I was watching one of those property-based programmes recently. A 19th century terraced house was being renovated, and as the builders started digging the new foundations, shovel loads of interesting artefacts emerged from the dirt, as the house appeared to be built upon nothing but rubble. So as a result, the engineers decided that the foundations had to be dug even deeper, or else cracks would soon appear in the walls. Deep foundations make for strong houses, the kind that withstand life's storms. And I can't help thinking the same is true for society as a whole and for our individual well-being. Headlines about the rising rates of loneliness, despair and addiction. Reports that parts of the UK have the highest drug-related deaths in Europe, and that domestic violence continues unabated, all suggest we may be in need of renovation. A sure sign that our foundations need attention is when cracks start appearing in our lives. Of course, the causes of our personal and societal ills are no doubt many and various, but the notion that we are the captains of our own ship and that we must find our own meaning, choose our own values, speak our own truths hasn't always helped. In many cases, the need to define our own identities, construct our own lives and figure them out ourselves has left us exhausted. We appear to be more and more on shaky ground. Perhaps sensing a similar challenge, almost 2,000 years ago, Jesus shared the Sermon on the Mount. It's a pretty famous speech that puts sayings like turn the other cheek, go the extra mile and salt of the earth into our cultural vocabulary. It's full of radical wisdom, but when it comes to navigating life, it's really quite comprehensive and very practical. There's a section on making relationships work, another on identity, and one on finding a purpose to live for. There's a section on well-being and another on hope, all within a 15-minute read. Interestingly, Jesus ends the speech with a story of two builders, one who builds his house on deep foundations, the other who builds his on rubble. When the storms come, the first house stands while the second guy's collapses. The provocative conclusion being that a life built on Jesus' words will withstand life's storms. The house renovating engineer's advice may have added a week to the build and significant cost to the budget, but it was important advice to follow. Similarly, what Jesus suggests may seem inconvenient and costly, but it may just be worth considering. Whether it's within our communities, our marriages, our families, or our individual lives, my hope and prayer is that when cracks appear, we check our foundations and act quickly to strengthen them.